I've been doing psychic medium crime tips to stop a child kitty porn ring for many years, and so I wanted to give the basic gruesome crime tips that I have been channeling for too long, and that is the readings explain the child molesters who are molesting and murdering babies and children in kiddie porn movies are young women who look innocent and wholesome, and my readings explain that they are 30 to 35 years old. They start at 14, many are 15, and they start them at 9, 10, 11, 12 years old and get them hooked on molesting babies. My readings explain this wicked system. They get children and teenagers to lie about nice mothers and folders and to exploit them with peeping Tom to get their babies and kids. They lie and exploit people to get peppermint schnapps alcohol. They are told it's peppermint juice that they get shots of. Really, it is peppermint schnapps alcohol. They say they give them vitamin E shots. It is really meth shots. So they get children and teenagers hooked on peppermint schnapps alcohol and being shot up with meth. Readings say they give them free new Nordstrom's clothes to lie in the parks to get children and babies taken from parents, and that is for the kiddie porn movies and human trafficking, baby snuff movies, and everything this movie business is doing. And that's their trick to get the cast members that they torture and molest in the movies and rape to death in gyno chairs, child pelvic exam stands, and medical apparatus rooms. And they lie they take people there for a medical exam. They take them to sex torture and murder them in a baby child pelvic stand and a gynecological chair. And it's a big wicked system and a trick. And they get little children and teenagers to lie about parents and to exploit them in folders in parks and shopping mall parking lots for new Nordstrom's clothes FedEx to their door that my readings say are bought at Nordstrom's, Topanga Mall, Topanga Canyon Boulevard Studio Shopping. And they are told, hey kids, read the lines in the parks and you'll have free new Nordstrom's clothes FedEx to your door. All pre-sized by getting your sizes on a size chart and hat size, so they feel important, giving them their measurements, their hat size, and they're sent a text, go to these ATMs, withdraw $100 with your mother, and pocket 90 kids for reading the lines, and spend 10 on an energy bar for energy to read the lines about the moms in the folders to get their babies and kids taken from them. And that is to murder them and molest and sex torture and traffic them, the mothers and the babies and kids and the teenagers. And that's the trick this kiddie porn snuff movie business uses. That's how they get their cast of victims to sex torture them in the movies, is by getting 9 and 10-year-olds to lie in parks and mall parking lots with folders. And reading says they do peeping Tom in houses and they exploit the victims in peeping Tom photos and folders. And here a 9, 10-year-old, whoever gave them peeping Tom, the adult giving them that would be in big trouble. Is children and teens are not allowed to look at naked adults if they're under 18 years old. So they are giving children peeping Tom of adults, my readings say. And they run around exploiting these people to get their babies and kids for the kiddie porn snuff films. And so the readings say they do get many 9, 10-year-olds to do this, and 15-year-olds, and they get them to lie for free new Nordstrom's clothes in a goody treat loot bag, party bag. And that's full of literally looted property, readings say, that the older ones steal by looting UPS FedEx trucks. Readings say they they loot UPS FedEx trucks at 11 cross streets that cross the Los Angeles River, the man-made wash in the San Fernando Valley. And they loot property from trucks. But they do it with fraud papers, spy cams everywhere, bugging, hacking equipment, and security cameras. They are called gang stalkers on spy cam equipment. And so they give children looted property they looted from trucks and stole. Stolen PayPal they deposit that they tell them to get an ATM to pocket 90 kids. And new Nordstrom's clothes they bought with stolen funds they wired in. Readings say they get the clothes and the vehicles at Keys Toyota Van Nuys Boulevard with stolen money. And that's what my readings have said every day for too long, that they rob mail, UPS, FedExes, bank deposit slips, and checks, and you name it, and they operate with stolen funds. They robbed from post offices. They have spy cams all over, parking lots, inside, on the floor, and bank parking lots, spy cams, and they steal by spy cams, hacking, and bugging equipment. Then they wire the stolen money to Nordstrom's and to Keys Toyota, readings say, and they get new cars every day practically. And they also get a lot of Nordstrom's disguises the older girls wear who do the kiddie porn films. And so it's a long system to explain. But they start them out as children, 9 and 10 to 15 years old, to lie for free clothes, 90 cash to pocket, and goody treat bags with loot party bags. At noon at the park benches. They say park benchist at the parkist. My readings explain every day. And that's how they talk. And so that's how they get the cast to murder them in the movies, by children lying who they give peppermint schnapps alcohol to in a Dixie cup, who they shoot up with meth and lights of vitamin E shot. Okay? And that's how they begin. And then they text them directions and tell them to do round and round clito on each other's clitoris, to practice and prepare to do that to a baby in a baby child porn movie, and not to tell anybody. And so they, readings say the girls doing this 30 to 35, they started doing that in their suburb homes when they were teenagers, like 13 years old. They were told to do round and round clito on each other, to practice and prepare to do that to a baby and kid, and to film it on their cell phone. So they started doing kiddie porn movies or teen porn by having sex together on suburb homes and filming it on their cell. And so that's how they slowly move them up from lying in a park, peppermint schnapps, free new Nordstrom's clothes. Then they tell them to do round and round clito to film it. Then they say you're moving up, all aboard the bus at 8 o'clock, 5:49. They take freeway laid-out buses from suburb areas and many areas in America. And they say, all aboard, kids, aboard the bus at 5 a.m. or 8 a.m., different areas like Warner Center, like County Line area, freeway buses. And they say, don't wear any panties. If you forgot, throw them out in the trash can, because you're going to do round and round clito on the bus with your friend and film it on your cell phone and text it to us. So children start doing kiddie porn movies on the bus. and they're always told don't wear underwear. Then they get off the bus, they are shot up with meth and told it's a vitamin E shot. They're given peppermint schnapps on the bus, readings say, and when they get off, they turn into full-blown alcoholic meth heroin junkies as kids and teenagers. And they say also the teens are the City Hall computer youth group technicians in the hacker squad vehicles with the older ones who've been in it who are 30 to 35. And so they say they're the City Hall computer youth technician group. And the teens doing this, they say they're on an off-campus pass to train to be a computer lab technician. And so that's their little game they play to do their kiddie porn snuff movies and human trafficking. And the readings say so many little girls get on a bus with no underwear and do round and round clito on their friend and film it on their phone and drink peppermint schnapps alcohol. Then they get off in what they call their kids porn zones. Then they're picked up in a van by a male medic who touches them with their dark hand, and then they film that on their phone. And the girls say they do a short kids porn with the big dark man's hand on their private area when they get in the van when he picks them up at the bus depot. Or they walk down to the kiddie porn room and they're told go down the stairs on the side of the building, kids. And they do that. They drink peppermint schnapps alcohol. Rudy says it's all laid out on a table in Dixie cups. And then they're told disrobe, strip down, take your clothes off, kids. Get the baby out of the playpen or crib that is labeled with your name. Place the naked baby fully nude on the floor and sit on the clown camera marker on the floor, a cardboard clown scotch taped to the floor in the lower dugout. Under drugstores and markets, they get to going downstairs on the side of a pod mall building. And they say sit cross-legged to get a close-up of their vagina in the baby kiddie porn movie. And they're told them to touch the baby's soft, silky bottom. And then they tell them you did a baby kiddie porn movie. More free new Nordstrom's clothes for you kids. Toodle on up top, and go around with the older girls in the hacker squad vehicles, and something like this. And they have racks of costumes, and this is a kiddie porn snuff movie business. That is how they get children to do baby kiddie porn movies. They also do baby teen movies with 15-year-olds, as said, from a high school off-campus passes. And it's the same thing. They tell them the same thing, and they started out lying for clothes and peppermint schnapps alcohol and meth shots and goodie bags and $90. They were told to pocket kids by a text, and so they were told to take under-the-table cash. PayPal they get at ATMs that's robbed money the hackers rob in their hacker squad vehicles from Keystone to Van Nuys Boulevard. They got with money they robbed doing bank heists in bank parking lots with fraud papers. And readings say the 30 to 35-year-olds, they've been stealing bank slips for 20 years from mailboxes and post offices and everywhere, UPS stores and everywhere else. And so they're trained to be bank robbers, serial killer, child molester, human traffickers. And they're turned into sex addict, full-blown alcoholic, junkie drug addicts. And and they're told, well, anyway, so that's part of it. And then they also have 5 what they call City Hall local work residence apartment buildings. 5 buildings they bought on a block times 9 blocks near each other in a somewhat residential neighborhood. And they do kitty porn, baby murders, dead child traffic in these 5 apartment buildings on a block times 9 blocks. And they have houses in neighborhoods near the apartment neighborhoods where they do kitty porn snuff movies also. And the readings say they pick up white plastic shipping straps sent to them on the Greyhound bus every morning, and they strap down babies and children and mothers in their City Hall computer technician local work residences, apartment buildings, 5 on a block, and they strap them down with white plastic shipping straps and say they're fully bound, and for them to do oral copulation and to eat their genitals and clitoris. They say they suck on their vagina udders and they eat their clitoris with their teeth and call themselves also the Udder Girls. Udder Girls means that they sex torture vagina udders on victims. They use a lot of code names, like they would say, oh, they're up to snuff. That means they do snuff movies. They're the Udder Girls. They torture vagina udders in movies on victims they restrain. And the readings say that they get the people to their City Hall computer technician, local work, apartment building residences, and houses nearby, and to the medical exam rooms under drugstores and markets, and they have houses around the markets and so on, and apartments, and many areas of the San Fernando Valley and its 7 surrounding areas, readings say. Like Santa Monica could have been, Pasadena, Santa Clarita, and Ventura County, and so on. And 9 states in America. They use the same pattern, the same routine. They follow the kitty porn, dead child traffic, human traffic, electric work pad sent to their iPads and cells. They follow the instructions they are sent. And the instructions would say, put 10 girls on the floor you took from the parks by the frame-up papers the Grant High students from 1977 did with their conservative mothers around the county line. Put the 10 kids and the moms on the end on your form, line them up in a real row, strap them down with the white shipping straps fully nude, place dog muzzles over their mouths so they can't yell or talk or cry, and put bungee cords around their small ankles so they are fully bound. Pile on them naked in your naked lesbian pack after you disrobe from your nurse uniform shifts or hospital scrub gowns you've been wearing today with no underwear or pubic hair. And they say they have shaved PUSSYs. Their vagina is shaved every day. And they are not supposed to wear underwear, they're told. And anyway, they pile on the victims who are restrained with white plastic shipping straps they picked up at the Greyhound bus at 8 or 9 a.m. They pick up new white plastic shipping straps every day because they get so bloody from the victims they murdered with the white plastic shipping straps. They are told, place 5 girls in the cages in your local work apartment residences, Great Dane dog kennels, and large dog cages. Place 5 in there for the kids' porn in the Whipple Woods houses and the houses around the Gilson markets where they're keeping the kids under the houses in crawl spaces in cages with blue tarps atop them. They always say atop. And they put the blue tarps on the cages, probably in their City Hall local work apartment buildings, yes. And they say the other 5 are for dead girl corpse trafficking. They'll be packed on dry ice. don't remove their clitorises like the other ones that you're sending out or are offing, because they do female genital mutilation clitoral cutting on some of the victims. And probably not the ones they put in cages for kiddie porn. And the dead child corpse girls, they are 99.9% dead, fully dead. They are on a respirator, catheter rather, on dry ice, packed in a leaf crate. The readings say every day. And I don't know if they cut their clitoris off. God says they do not, probably. So, but a lot of them, they cut off their clitoris, especially the mothers. And they say they're ending sexism and passion and offering sexy moms and all their offspring who have the same DNA as the mother. And they think they're saving life on earth by killing everybody who's so innocent and nice and good. And they think they're the good kids killing bad ones when they're the bad kids killing the good ones. Obviously, according to the readings every day, same tips. And they are murdering people and think they're saving life on earth when they're felon criminals, serial killers, and molesters, and sex fiends, and sex torture addicts, and so on, doing kiddie porn and snuff movies. And that's what they do in the City Hall local work apartment buildings, 5 buildings on a block times 9 blocks near each other, and 9 kiddie porn zones in the San Fernando Valley, zoned by stripes by zip codes. From Mulholland Highway down to Sherman Way is a striped zone, kiddie porn zone, all the way across the San Fernando Valley. From Woodland Hills, Reseda Park, Encino, Sherman Oaks, they have 5 different kiddie porn zone stripes with zip codes. Studio City, they call Stud City. And they are all along the LA River and Ventura Boulevard. They reserve a lot of motels and hotels in the San Fernando Valley to sex torture and make kiddie porn movies in the rooms they reserved. And they lie, they take people there to help them. And that's another story. Is the other way they get the people is they'll arrive at a family residence, a whole pack of these child molester young women and teenagers in nurse outfits with no underwear or pubic hair, with CPS secret caseworkers, DCFS real and fake Department Health and Welfare big fat pedophiles who have a pod storage unit office mock-up. They pretend they're Department Health Welfare caseworkers. And the CPS secret caseworker lady, she's the one that trains them to do round and round clitoris on each other and to film kiddie porn in their suburb homes and to get on the bus with no underwear. So there are women that are in this who say they're CPS, DCFS caseworkers, and some are real, some are fake, but they are not protecting kids. They are fake. And reading says they go to 4 and 20 pies to frame people. They loop bugging box recordings with an artificial intelligence voice mimicker recorder. And they sit pressing the button all day, changing every word a good parent says to frame them. Then they type the reports and send it all over town. It's all reversed. And that's how they frame parents. That's one way. So if somebody says, oh, I love you, they'd say, I hate you. If somebody says, oh, that's so good, they'd say, that's so bad. If someone said to their kid, oh, you're so nice, they'd say, oh, you're so mean. They change the words with artificial intelligence voices and do fake recordings to frame nice parents and sit in 4 and 20 pies at noon, reading says, to 2 p.m. framing parents to get babies and children for kiddie porn movies. And the 20 of them will arrive at family residences with fraud papers. All these nurses in nurse uniforms, the 30 to 35-year-olds and others, and say they run around with horny crotches, no underwear, pubic hair, doing each other's private area all day, sitting in their hacker squad vehicles, robbing stop traffic, PayPal. They all arrive no underwear, pubic hair, and their nurse outfits with clipboards, and lie they have to take custody away. Then they molest the whole family in the city hall. I'm sorry, by the city hall computer technician, hackers, and nurse outfits in their apartments and houses. Reedy says they put dog muzzles on them. They tie them off and shoot them up with meth, heroin, Ajax, speedball shots. Even infants who die, and mothers often die, they fly right out of their body when this pack of wolves starts molesting their baby and rips their diapers off. And the male medics rape the older girls with the CPS secret caseworker lady. Readings have said 1,000,000 times over that she says she gives them head on her hands and knees, while her brothers or brother-in-laws or cousins or uncles stew pump grind their living lights out. The teenagers and older girls in the living room, and they rape the mother. They terrorize the whole family, every family member, by ripping off underwear and diapers, and they are addicted to terrorizing people, to the adrenaline rush. And they are drunk on peppermint schnapps. They'll arrive in 9 vehicles that look like government county vehicles. Tall white gray vans, white compact cars, Jeeps, black sedans, black Cadillac tinted windows, new cars from Keys Toyota probably. And a whole pack of cars will arrive, and they pay all the neighbors all around stolen PayPal and looted property, and tell them to stay out of their business when they arrive, that they have to go help a family, when no, they're going to kill them. They're going to terrorize them. They're going to rape, molest, and sex torture them, to put dog muzzles on humans and shoot them up with speedball shots, and they douse them with alcohol. Say they hurl them in their male medic vans. Then they bring them to a hotel motel right in the front door and say, "Looky here, little used up crack whore lady, gotta take custody of you. Got a little crack whore family," when they've just been raped, molested, sex tortured, shot up with drugs against their will, had alcohol thrown on them. They are raped, molested, terrorized victims, and they frame them to look like a wasted crack whore. To take them in a hotel motel, to film a kiddie porn movie, to human traffic the family, to dead child traffic, to put them in a cage for their kiddie porn movies in the Whipple Wood houses and houses around Gilson's Laurel Canyon, readings say. And that's how they take them in hotel motel rooms they booked in advance. They frame them to look like a wasted crack whore. In the troubled family, they have all been molested and raped and shot up with drugs. And that's what they do every day in America. Walk them right in a hotel motel room they booked, reserved in advance, and lie they're having a little old looky here government agency meeting to help out a troubled family. No, they're not. They're doing a kiddie porn snuff movie, gang rape, sex torture movie. Readings say they serve mothers with fraud charges and handcuff her to a chair, and then they gang rape the children, babies, on the bed in front of the mother. They are addicted to sex, to terrorizing parents, to raping the most innocent babies and kids, to have the look of horror on the mother's face. They're addicted to it. Is there a human torture operation, addicted to torturing human beings? And they're doing it all over America in 9 states. California, Nevada, Carson City, Wickenburg, Arizona, Round County line, Ventura, LA County, San Fernando Valley, is said, Utah, Provo, Colorado Springs, Denver, all around Denver, Colorado, and Chattanooga, Tennessee, all the way to Asheville, Hayesville, North Carolina. They're lying in Raleigh, and they are in Ohio, Cincinnati, upstate New York, 9 states in America. They are terrorizing, trafficking, molesting, doing baby kitty porn, teen baby porn, and you name it. That's what they're doing. They also kill newborn infants under many roaring freeways at 9 a.m. and other times in white layette outfits, white sunsuits, they call white coveralls, suspenders on them probably, and they buy a lot of white layette outfits for newborn infants at Nordstrom Studio Shopping, Topanga Canyon, the readings say. And they take babies from nurseries by these women who say they're all horny in their crotch with no underwear, pubic hair, in their nurse outfits and scrubs, candy striper dresses, and going to get a baby when they're born because they want to eat their genitals, and they are addicted to it. And so that's very sickening. I'm giving the gross tips in this recording, so they will be caught already, as they are murdering newborn infants less than a day old under many roaring freeways. And readings say the ones doing this are the young women, 30 to 35. Their own mothers do mom-daughter porn with them and kill infants with them. And they're all in the Hacker Squad vehicles, Keys Toyota, no underwear, no pubic hair, having an orgy, filming porno on their phones in the cars, having sex together with each other. And that's what my readings say in their nurse outfits of many, many types. And 5 of them will go under the freeway and the freeway walking tunnel through a gate with brand new Nordstrom's clothes in a bag under their arm, and they'll carry it in, and they are throwing a newborn infant, and they eat their genitals till they are dead. Then in the Nordstrom's clothes for the movie. Okay, it's an infant snuff movie. Then they put the clothes they wore in back on, go out, toss the Nordstrom's clothes that are all bloody in a trash bin, and the dead infant, and they do infant snuff movies under many roaring freeways all over the country, mostly in LA County, under 19 freeways, as they do much in a 9 kid porn zones in the San Fernando Valley, 199 of them hacking in each zone, 99 girls, 30 to 35, child molesters, serial killers, doing newborn snuff movies, and they are trafficking 10-year-olds. Also, they buy sparkly, shiny dresses for them at Nordstrom's, and after they do oral copulation and molest them, restrained, they dress them in sparkly, shiny clothes and human sex traffic 10-year-olds. So, and many of them are the ones who start out lying and exploiting parents to get the kids, who do the baby child kitty porn movies. Some of them, they will human traffic, especially if they think on them. So they are trafficking 10 and 11-year-olds, 15 mostly, and they will take the 15-year-olds that are the youth group computer technicians, and they'll human traffic them or snuff them. They don't want them talking, do they? No. They usually murder everybody that they molest in a kiddie porn snuff movie throughout history. They don't want the victim reporting them, so they murder them. So anybody taken to a medical exam fake room or a city hall computer building or house, they will get murdered, because they're going to molest them, sex torture them, terrorize them, gang rape them in a child baby pelvic stand and gyno chair, and they want them dead, so they can't report them. And these are the very gross tips of how this kiddie porn snuff movie human traffic ring is being run. And the ones doing this, they have 9 houses around many parks. They have traffic victims under their backyard, under the lawn, in a room. And the room has a bathroom, a top entry under the sod with a tarp above it. So many traffic victims are right under backyards of houses and estates around parks. And that's another tip. And they are murdering a lot of babies every day. They are getting flour sacks at butcher markets and carving knives to slice off clitorises, to do illegal medical malpractice, FGM surgeries, silently in their city hall, computer, local work apartment buildings. And they get the white flour sacks from butchers, and they say these words. They place the wee one in them, the new one, after they ate them out and wiggled their clitoris in the baby kids porn movie or something like that. And they place them in a white flour sack in their city hall, local work apartment building, in the attic or in the crawl space above their bedroom or living room. And they have compartments under their parking lots that they park right over also, as they are human sex torture in business. And they rob people blind to capture them. And they rob money and mail from a lot of people in America they are targeting. And there are 99 who are 30 to 35 who started off doing this 15 or 16 years ago, when they were 13 to 15 years old. And some were 12 maybe. And that's what readings say. And that's very horrible. And they have 100 that are teenagers, readings say from Grant High School. They turned into child molesters. And they got 100 of them a few years ago when they were 5'2", with dark bob haircuts for a movie, is why. Because that's what the movie said. They get a movie call sheet, and they are the cast members on the movie call sheet. And they are molesting babies in Whipple Woods, and they call it Sons Kiddie Pornville. They are in cages under the Whipple Woods houses. The girls are in cages under the houses they bought around 5 Gilson's Market or 2 Gilson's Markets. And they have 9 zones in the San Fernando Valley where they are doing this. 100 of them went to North Carolina, who say they're from Thousand Oaks, around the county line area, where the ones in the San Fernando Valley are from. And the ones in North Carolina are wearing blue and gray Gap clothing to look conservative. And they will even go after a flood victim and lie there a homeless bum. They need to help to take them away, the readings say. They're very dangerous, as they're devils with a mask on. And reading says today, they say they have cute raincoats on and rain galoshes from Nordstrom's that were FedExed to them over their nice, quaint mirror nurse uniform that's blue and gray, tan and white dresses. They wear hospital scrub dresses with no underwear, pubic hair. They have an orgy all night and day, sitting around in their Hacker Squad vehicles from Keys Toyota, and film it on their phone, and say they do short pornos in the Keys Toyota new vehicles, because they get more meth for each porno they film in the car. And they say they sit there with their legs spread open and lick their friends, CUNT, and they talk filthy and dirty and lie They're really good kids from the suburb outskirts. They're from the county line. They came out to SFE to help. Why, yes, indeed. Reedy says they send out their childhood photos and lie they're good kids and nice girls, and so nobody knows they're serial killers because they are so phony. And they lie they take babies and kids by the hand to their local work apartment building to color and play and nap, to have a discussion with the child and their mother, and lies like this. When the camera's all set up and they go in the apartment holding the children's hands, and then they knock them down, tear their clothes off, dog muzzles on them, strap them down, and film it all as it's an S&M sex business. Sadomasochist. They act very nice and turn very mean and shock the babies and kids. And that is part of it. And that is what it says on the call sheet for the scenes in the directions. To act so nice and then knock them down, restrain them with a white plastic shipping strap across their stomach to cause more pain, bungee cords from Big Five, whatever color is named on the call sheet, around their small ankles and lifeless ankles when they're ready for dead girl corpse traffic. And they follow the instructions. These girls 30 to 35 who say they're nice suburb kids raised by conservative parents and act like goody two-shoe girls with smiling faces, pretending their kindness is a word they say, and knock down little children they take by the hand, pretending they're helping, and then sex torture them. A big naked pack of them piles on top of them. One kicks him in the head with black over-the-knee boots, and her role says to be fully nude with over-the-knee boots on and kick the baby in the head. And the rest to eat their genitals till they're stinking damn dead. They're sent by Ames, talk texts, and call sheet. It's on their iPad and cell. And so who is hacking their iPad and cell laptops and 9 Mac hard drives in the medical exam kiddie porn sex torture rooms? Nobody. Who is searching their car for peppermint schnapps alcohol and to see if they're drunk drivers? Who is doing a drug alcohol test to see if they have meth heroin in their system and high alcohol levels they're driving on? Who is searching their mouth with a Q-tip to get proof they are child molesters and murderers by victims' DNA in their mouth who they killed with their teeth and their tongue? They are throwing the dead babies in garbage sacks in dumpsters right by their City Hall local work apartment buildings. And they say they're top secretist agents. They're the really good kids from the burbs. They're the City Hall computer technicians helping out. And they say they're helping poor folk. They got to take some moms and kids and mere quaint babies and toddlers that were toddling around at the park and help them out in their local work residences, apartments and houses and medical exam rooms, and in their vehicles and vans and school parking lots, and you name it. It's to molest, murder, sex torture, terrorize them, to kill them all. And they have many dog cages and kennels right in their local work apartment buildings, babies in sacks, and you name it. And no one's searching them or getting the addresses because they can't believe it. Readings say because they look nice, they act nice, and because they act like yuppie conservative, wholesome suburb girls who wouldn't hurt a flea. They don't look like they're child molesters. They don't have pierced tongues and tattoos and wild hairdos, and they're not dressed grungy or clothes like that, like a hard rock and roller or they shouldn't say that, because God says the rock and rollers will save the whole world when they start singing about it. But they don't look like child molesters, serial killers. That is the problem. Especially, who would think a 9, 10, 11-year-old is doing a baby kitty porn movie and molesting a baby naked being filmed? Who would think that? Nobody. That is why they're not being caught. They're going in nurseries, birthing wards, and where there's a home birth, they frame pregnant mothers. They target unwed pregnant mothers. They target mothers who filed for divorce, who are divorced. That is who they target. They target women who buy certain clothes. They target them by what they spend on clothes. Also, they target them many ways, and I'm trying to just give the gruesome crime tips to get them caught, is nobody is searching their residences or their workspaces or their vehicles or their body to see they have no underwear, no pubic hair, to see they're drunk on alcohol, to see they're on meth and heroin, to see they're a child molester, by searching their mouth, by searching their dumpsters to find the people they murdered who are 9 days old. Right now, my reading says, by God and Jesus, I am channeling. As I channel their crime tips, I write them down for 16 and a half years. I have channeled them for 20 years. And nobody will bust the serial killers. And every day, I pray. SWAT teams surround them. Police helicopters, news helicopters. What is the problem? Nobody can search them because they say they're top secret agents. No, they're not. They're murderers.